Hey guys, and welcome to a Let's Read with Sarah. Um, we just recently found this hunter's camp in the main story, and Sarah found this book, The Ancient Daedric Rites of Hircine, Volume 2. She probably will keep her eye out for Volume 1, but I don't know where to find it myself. I just happened to find this one on one of the hunters, so I'm wondering if maybe like I have to find hunters, or maybe there might be one at Yorvasker or something like that. Um, but we're going to be taking a look through this. Um, I am a little groggy right now because I woke up super early today. Um, but I feel like getting this read because I want to read it, and I haven't put anything up on the reading books of Skyrim for a while. Um, but this is the Ancient Daedric Rites of Hircine, Volume 2. With these rings thus brought, the druids of this Nost order of Hircine were then said to have disintegrated around the hold of Skyrim several sacred sites of worship, sacrifice, and debauchery. At first the rings were born to signify the druids' recognized place in the order, so it would to be permitted into these sites, often well concealed caves where the druids could practice their unseemly religion away from the public attention. But in time, the rings took on a mystical signification of their own. So we are getting the second half of this story. Hopefully, one day we'll find the first half, but or the first part. This might be more than one part, more than two parts. Um, but um, it's talking about a handful of rings. I don't know if that's the ones that you can find on Solitude or not. I think there's um, wolf rings you can find on Solitude that might be just vampire rings. I don't know. I know there's a I know there's a werewolf camp there, so maybe. Among the rites practiced in these covert locations, sacrifices was of the highest importance. The huntsman himself made his this clear to his new clan of priests and priestesses. Beasts of the wild were routinely brought into the cave and slaughtered, then carefully harvested for their viscera and alchemical components to be used in further rituals. Of secondary importance, and here is where we see the distinct between true religion and a simple cult beginning to blur for the so-called order of Hircine was alcohol in all of its uses. In fact, to call its use a ritual is not entirely correct, since mixing alcohol with all other rites became commonplace. And therein lies the seed that would become the old order's downfall in time. Alright, so not very long book, but pretty interesting. So sacrificing of a hunt's kill and drinking alcohol might explain Sarah's newfound interest in alcohol, and it also might explain her newfound interest in hunting, and the fact that we can now actually do hunting with Hunterborn. Kind of an ironic twist, but not so odd. Um, Sarah might consider doing some hunting and some sacrificing for the glory of Hircine. She's going to be a werewolf for quite a while. I plan to keep her as a werewolf for quite a while, but I haven't decided um, when that will be finished. But um, this has been Reading with Sarah, um, The Ancient Daedric Rites of Hircine, Volume 2. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I know it was short, but these readings of Skyrim are usually not going to be that long because I don't want to put multiple books in unless we have the multiple parts and it's necessary and it makes sense to read them together. So if I had both parts of it, we might read both parts in the same episode, but I don't want to read too many of them. But for joining me for this reading, and I'll see you all in the next episode.